Toby. Here's Toby. You guys are having a nice chat under here. Now, Toby, your brother didn't make it. Toby Gale, we're on P16, right behind Matt Higgins. Your brother didn't make it, but you did, flying the flag for Thailand, Team Thailand, and also for your family honour. But I just got one question. Do you think you can follow him through to the front? Is that the plan?
For sure, you know, Matthew is a very skilled driver. You know he's going to be up there, and hopefully we can make our way up there and we'll see how it goes.
Of course, we saw you at the front. You've been there in the last few days, so you know what it's like. You know the pace and you know you've got it.
Yes, definitely. It's just there's a lot of defending, you know, so overtaking is hard, but you need to create the opportunity. And hopefully, you know, we can do that. Matthew can help us out and the final goes well.
Okay, no pressure on you as the representative of the family?
Yeah, there's pressure there for sure, but just keep composure and it should go well.
And hi to everyone at home in Thailand.
Hello.
Okay, I'll let you guys get back to the chat and we'll go off the grid, hand it back to Henry, and of course hear who else is on the grid. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let's take you through the full 36 kart starting lineup. Pole position for Team UK, Lewis Goff. Outside of the front row, Sean Butcher. On row number 2, Canada's Aidan Ingrata, and the third British driver, Cian Geraghty. Tom Strella and the silent assassin, Harry Bartle, on row number 3. The Netherlands, Tish van Wyk, and Slovakia's Martin Lichner are on row 4. Tom Langlois from France and Macaulay Bishop on row number 5. Lucas Schlegel for Austria and Mehdi Lesoue from France on row 6. Christos Oikonomou and Matthew Higgins, the terror from Trafalgar, the Welshman, on row 40, on grid 14. Joshua Graham and Toby Gale on row number 15. There, row 8. Row 9, Sebastian Koch from Germany, Mateo Radenkovic from Belgium, Nolan Lamore, and Canada's Ryan Maxwell. There's Team USA's Oliver Hodgson on the left-hand side of your screen, alongside Devian Royst from the Netherlands. Cas Boschus and Nick Trobech are on row 12. Tomoki Terashima and Matthias Kjellerup are next. Xavier Suarez mates it in for Chile, and Alvaro Jimenez, Akinori Kikuchi and Fernando Paimre. That's your top 30. There is Teresa Babichkova and Mohamed Wali from South Africa, Tai Mahia and Victor Frost Bay. The final row, Pietro Valdo Pons and Ryotaro Sakai from Japan in 2022. Macaulay Bishop in kart 302. Second in 2019 as a Micromax driver, third in 2023, and second a year ago. There are champions and podium finishers up and down the field. The onboard camera will be with Tom Langlois, who yesterday pulled off the move of the day, expertly caught, might I add, by Alpha Live's Chris Simpson, going around the outside of 2 people through the roller coaster. Not a bad effort. Ellis?
Yeah, I mean, it's any outside move, I think, considering the strength of this field, it's going to take a lot of commitment to get out there. I'm interested to see if it kind of shakes out how Mini did, where it turned into a British championship for a few laps with a solid pack of them up front. But, you know, I think it's going to be a solid mix-up. It's going to be competitive. I don't think anyone's going to get that breakaway. As we've seen, it's really hard to break that toe here. So it's going to take a lot if they think that they're going to make it past that final chicane in the last lap, as we just saw in Junior.
21 laps. Now, your races in the E20s were 10 or 12 laps?
10.
10. How do you think these drivers are going to cope with 21 laps in the burning heat?
I mean, I'd like to say I'd hope the lap count would calm them down, but that hasn't been the trend over the course of the day. So I think it depends how much that front pack breaks away. If it gives them the space to race, they're going to. But, I mean, we're about to find out, so let's see how they shake out.
Let's see how they shake out indeed. Lights are out, we're off and racing. Goff leads them to the line. Butcher trying to go high, wide and handsome. New leader, Sean Butcher. Now, Can Butcher keep this seething pack of angry senior wasps at bay already? One of the Team UK drivers up on 2 wheels. That could have been Joshua Graham. Here they come. So far, well, half a lap in, so far so good. There's Hodgson on the outside. That's about as calm a first 5 corners as you're ever going to get in this event in the final, isn't it, Ellis?
Oh yeah, I mean, considering we didn't have carts going everywhere off in the first few sectors,
Wow.
It's
They wait till the
almost
corkscrew.
yeah. Don't speak too soon, but no, I think we're going to see if just because they share the same flag doesn't mean that they're going to be very friendly with each other out there.
No, that is a very succinct and prevalent point. Tom Langlois chasing Slovakia's number 3, 5, 6, Martin Lichner through turn number 1. It's Bishop, Goff offline. Garrity looks to the inside to take second position. Behind the top 3, it is Aidan Ingrata, Tom's Strella. 2 7th place finishes in this event for Strella. Bartle is next, followed by Lesue, Van Wyk, Bishop, Lichner, Langlois, Schlegel, Graham, Gale and Higgins. So Toby Gale has got ahead of Matt Higgins. He was hoping to follow Matt up through the field, and now he finds himself in front of the Welshman. Radenkovic, Koch, Bosius, Oikonomu, Lamori and the rest of the field, all 36 drivers still running at the end of lap number 2. There's somebody that is one of the Dutch drivers, the number 303 of Cas Bosius, running a bit wide, but you're trying to stretch it out.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Goff sort of bounce over that curb coming over the penultimate uphill, part of that first sector, and that just chucked him offline just enough to open up the inside, and that's a sector you can't make those mistakes. It is completely flat out once you get through that first little dip in the compression, and any little wiggle like that is just going to be a wide open door when you're stacked up.
The progress of Teresa Babičková from 31st up to 20th. Oh, there is Pietro Valto Pons out of the race. I think that may have been Paimre, the Estonian driver, also out. So they are the first casualties there at the end of the lap. New leader, Kian Garrity, kart number 355. Now, Garrity not as experienced at this event as Butcher, already seeing that maybe being a bit more defensive. Any driver that leads this race for the first time, you can understand there might be a little bit of nerves jangling, and you start to try and protect your lead, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you never want too much too soon. So, and I think that comes in both defense and managing your pace, right? Trying to force that breakaway can get really tricky, and sort of just having to kind of let the race play out. If they're going to fight, they're going to fight. But if they aren't, then you are going to have your hands full until the next 17 laps go by.
Yeah, there's Macaulay Bishop. Well, there was someone going wide coming out of there. That might have been, wasn't Tom Langlois, who's there behind Tom Strella. Bishop is just in front. Now, in terms of honest interviews yesterday, Bishop was involved in a contentious collision with his teammate Matt Higgins, going for the race lead up at the corkscrew. Bishop stood there and went, that's how I race. Everyone knows how I race. I'm not going to back out. I'm going to go for the move if I see it. Everyone knows that. I'm not apologising for it. This is who I am. This is how I've got this far in my career. Honest. Blunt as a sledgehammer and brutally honest. Macaulay Bishop. Do you know what? I got more respect for Mohammed Vali and a very, very dented 362 kart of, or is that of Timer here? Oh no, Ryan Maxwell out of the race. As a driver, you've got to respect somebody that tells you, look, if you leave half a gap, I am coming. I'm not going to surprise you. I'm telling you I'm doing it. You've got to respect that as a driver, don't you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, and I think especially at this level, that tracks, they've all raced against each other. Even nationality to nationality, there's so many international events in the Rotax program that most of these guys up in the front, they know each other. They know how each other race. And so, you have to play your cards right. Is it really worth trying to hang it out with someone that is going to go for that gap and potentially taking both you guys out?
Yeah, indeed, but then again, that's the thing, these drivers know each other, so you know how each other races, you look at your rival, you study them, and you react accordingly.
Absolutely.
Driver psychology is so important. We're on lap 6 of 21. It's Garrity from Butcher, from Goff. Then it's Bishop, a UK top 4. Ingrata, Lasue, Langlois, Strella, Lickner, Van Wyk. Graham 12th behind Radenkovic, Higgins 13th, Bartle down to 14th, Schlegel, Gale, Hodgson 17th, Teresa Babich-Kova up 13 places to P18 with Trobech and Viatura Sakai rounding out your top 20. Now, at this point, Team UK, my next comments may age about as well as a glass of milk in the Bahraini desert. Team UK looking very good at the moment as Bishop takes third. Garrity leads, Butcher second, Bishop and Goff. Mehdi Lasue, okay, and this is not that, obviously I'm from the UK, from Wales. I work with the British Championship, the Vera Tours British Kart Championship, Motorsport UK all year long. So I say this not in a negative way. If you are Mehdi Lasue, Aidan Ingrata and Tom Langlois, and you have been looking at how the British have driven into each other, how are you driving differently knowing that there's 4 British drivers leading this race?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it kind of just turns into a bit of a roulette wheel. Is it, do you roll the dice that they're going to, just wait it out and see if they start getting a little bit messy? Butcher looks super comfortable. He's not, everyone else kind of looking around. He's not looking back. He's tucking in when they go by, and I think I'm really liking the way that he's looking right now. He's super patient. So if I was, one of those guys in the 5, 6, 7 spot, I think it's kind of just a waiting game at this point to see how much they shuffle around, and you're not going to rattle their cages, because when you look at some of the stuff over the pond in the UK of how they have to race to get here, it's going to be very hard to try and shake them and rattle them.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's like a NASCAR race at Daytona or Talladega, where you have a big, slipstream 30-car slipstream pack. Sometimes drivers sit at the back of the pack and wait for the wreck to happen. And then it's sod's law that the time you do that, the leaders actually behave themselves.
Oh.
And there we go. Goff. Goff and Mehdi Lasue. -1 Frenchman, -1 Englishman. Sometimes sitting back works, sometimes, they don't. Well, just see what happens. Where's Ingrata gone? Ingrata is now 4th. Sigh of relief. So Mehdi Lasue was thinking to himself, right, they're going to behave themselves, I got to make a move, and then he was the actual one that was caused the issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tricky. It's I think it's still a little bit early in the race. If a move's that risky, that's the outcome. As you can see, a little bit of shuffling around here.
Bishop to the inside of Garrity.
Playing a few games.
And Bishop makes the move. Kian Garrity, smart.
Yep.
Knew Bishop was the inside, gave him room. Because Bishop wasn't going to yield. I like what you say about Sean Butcher. There's the first time he's looked over his shoulder. Now he signals, okay, let's go. He's got Langlois and Ingrata. Then a big gap back to Lickner, Strella, Van Wyk, Radenkovic, and Matthew Higgins, rounding out the top 10. Graham, Bartle, Hodgson, and Babich-Kova are next. Mehdi Lasue has pitted to retire, and that adds the list of Ryan Maxwell, Mohamed Vali, Pietro Pons, and Fernando Paimre are the ones out of the race. 31 still running, and this now is Butcher. Butcher senses the danger, doesn't he? He was comfortable when Kian Garrity was leading. He's not as comfortable now Bishop is leading, is he?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's all games, right? Like you have to decide. Bishop wants to go, then he feels he's got the pace to either pull away or control the field. Those guys back there, if they want to sit there, then they can sort of relax a little bit, not use as much tire, but with that with that toe down the straight, kind of keep in touch. So if we see Butcher start getting a little more defensive and a little more aggressive with keeping his spot, it could potentially roast the tire or even lose touch with Bishop, because that gap is almost pulled out to a half a second.
Yeah, Butcher sees Bishop as the danger man. He had to go. He's got 10 laps. He's not going to panic, but he wants to be leading the charge. Geraghty, you saw Geraghty tap the side of his crash helmet as if to say, no, let's be sensible. And then he passes Butcher to give Bishop an even bigger lead. Maybe Geraghty doesn't think the Butcher is quick enough. Langlois and Ingrata are sitting and waiting. Here comes Langlois, our camera cart to the inside of Butcher. Butcher closes the door.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, it's kind of a gamble of how long do you wait for them to see if they have the pace to keep up. Is it, 1 lap? Is it a lap and a half? You see a move right there. Clearly they feel that Butcher just isn't quite quick enough, but as they battle, I mean, it's going to take a lot for a couple more cars to catch up, but it's one of those that if they do, this is going to kick off in quite a way when we get towards the lap 20 mark.
Yeah, big races have a habit of ebbing and flowing. 3 weeks ago at Supernats Las Vegas, Gus Lawrence was the Pro X30 winner. There is a shot captured by kart chaser cameraman Jerry Fandre showing on lap 3 the long front straightaway. The leaders were at the end of the front straightaway going into turn number 1. Gus Lawrence hadn't even come out of the final corner yet. That was lap, and he ends up winning. So these races, you don't panic. You don't press the red button and go for broke just yet. Nick Trobech is motoring up to 15th position. It's not going to be a win for Slovenia, but he's having a good go. Martin Lichner, 6th for Slovakia. He's just about coming up to the back of Aiden Ingrata. Now, then we have Radenkovic, Strella, Higgins to 9th, Gale. Toby Gale back behind Matthew Higgins. They are heading towards the front. Butcher back to the inside of Langlois for P3. Bishop's got a lead of 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, I think we're just getting out of that toe range down the straight, which if Bishop has the pace to break it, he definitely has the pace to run without it.
Look at that. That was really, really good. Langlois says go forward, and you saw Butcher nod. So, this comment could age as well as milk in the desert, but I don't think we're going to see Langlois make a move on Butcher. I think we're going to see Butcher and Langlois work together because we're about to start lap number 15 out of 21. Time is beginning to tick away.
Yeah, I mean, I think Butcher made it very clear he wants that P3 spot. He wants that track position because he knows that when they do catch up to that front pack, they can make it happen. He needs to be in that prime spot to take advantage. And if a little bit of pushing, a little bit of bump drafting, I think they might be able to just make it happen.
I mean, yeah, 0.8 of a second for Macaulay Bishop. Bishop doesn't have the fastest lap of the race, or does he? 53.55. No, Higgins has got the fastest lap of the race. But Higgins just doesn't have track position. Now, Butcher. Geraghty in second position. Macaulay Bishop, well, we can't say he is in a position at the moment where potentially the only person that can beat Macaulay Bishop is Macaulay Bishop. Now, he has to focus. He has finished second. He has finished third. He is this year's International Trophy champion. He has won classes in championships in 5 different divisions in the British Kart Championship. He has won, more than any other driver in the modern era of the Motorsport UK British Championship. He began his career as a privateer. He has always raced, I would say, not with a chip on his shoulder. That is not correct. He knows he is an army of one. His younger brother Mason is his mechanic. His dad Ian has also mechanicked for him. He's not here in karting to make friends. He is here to win with what little budget he has, getting support from the likes of Dan Holland, and Dan Holland Racing have done wonders for this young man. The same with Paul Munn and Dan Parker as well, back in Macaulay's Bambino days. He's not won this yet by a long shot, but he is a driver. If you want to look and think, how do I succeed in karting with talent but no budget, look at Macaulay Bishop. Yes, he has to drive a certain way. Yes, he makes no bones about it. Is he the most polished media performer? No, he is real. He is as real as it gets is Macaulay Bishop. I have never seen a driver with as much hunger to win not just every race but every corner as Macaulay Bishop. Has it endeared him to everybody? No. Does he care? Not really. He is here to do what he can and become a champion, and he is now 3 laps away. He's 3 laps away with a 1 second lead over Cian Geraghty, Sean Butcher, Tom Langlois, Martin Lichner and Aidan Ingrata.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Butcher's given up on getting in touch with those top 2, getting in that defensive mode now, which, you know, I think the only shot that they even would have remotely had is if Bishop had a little bit less pace and then they get by Geraghty without much of a fight, which clearly Butcher's saying that's not going to happen. I want to be on that podium. We need to make it a UK 1, 2, 3.
Yep. I think, you know, Sean Butcher has realised it is not today. He at Le Mans this year, Sean Butcher put in the best series of drives I've ever seen from an individual after having an issue in qualifying. He qualified 110th, I think it was, and he did briefly lead the pre-final. He was majestic and he was magnificent. He's been carrying himself with an air of just not arrogance, not even confidence, but just someone who's comfortable in their own skin, that knows they're driving well. I think Sean has realised, look, today my kart, the package I've got is best for 3rd. And he is not going to try, 3rd is it. Langlois is going to try and make sure he doesn't finish 3rd by trying to go around the outside. Butcher shows him the curbs. Lichner up into 4th place. Ingrat is 5th. Closing in on them is Matthew Higgins. Higgins and Radenkovic. Then it's Gale and Bartle and Teresa Babic-Kova up 20 places. This is the battle pack. It's for the final step on the podium. And this is getting lively. Now Langlois defends. That's key for Butcher, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that gap. Immediately you can see by being able to take that line to turn 1, he is gone, and it has absolutely stacked up, which ironically the hardest fighting being just for the 4th position, not even the last spot on the podium, not even for the win, but they are absolutely killing it out there.
Yes, indeed. I know there are people that are thinking that I am over-egging the pudding on Macaulay Bishop. I'm not. I am merely telling facts and a story, like I know stories about nearly every single one of these fantastic young men and women who qualify for the grand finals. They all have a story to tell. It just so happens that Macaulay Bishop has put himself in a position to allow me to tell his story. The fans watch on. It's a British 1, 2, 3, and there is daylight between them all. Macaulay Bishop from Hoddesdon in Hertfordshire, a stone throw away from the Rye House kart circuit that Lewis Hamilton began his karting career. He has come an awfully long way from those days in the Bambino Kart Championship, as a privateer in the British Championship, as a multiple British champion. Macaulay Bishop is now unequivocally, undeniably a grand finals champion for Team UK, and it is a clean sweep with Cian Geraghty and Sean Butcher completing the podium. Langlois 4th, Higgins last in qualifying to 5th in the main event. Aidan Ingrata is 6th. 7th for Toby Gale and Thailand. Lichner, Bartle and a top 10 for Teresa Babic-Kova. And what about Oliver Hodgson, Ellis?
Yeah, making up all the way to P11. Incredible drive. He's a little bit of an undercover in that American suit, but if you know anything about him, you know that that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to move up the field, be smart about it, and I think we just saw exactly what we said they couldn't let happen, which is let a Brit out in the front and let him run away with it, and there you go.
it didn't happen by people tripping over each other. I think just, you know, it was a very respectful, clean race. You know, there was a lot of people expecting that to be fireworks, and you know, it wasn't. You know, it was an excellent race, but again, respectful. Looking at the you know, 31 finishers, yeah, we had the collision between Lasue and Goff. We had a collision between Maxwell and Varley, and between Valdo Pons and Paimre. As we look down the order, let's pick up some names. Goff eventually finishes 13th from pole. Trobech from 24th to 14th. Excellent results. Tom Strella dropped back to 16th eventually. Ryotaro Sakai from Japan, 36th to 18th. Now, have a look, any other names there that you think, Ellis, because I need to find where Ryotaro Sakai